gonna cut all that shit out. But this is the Welcome to It podcast. I'm your boy Lano, and this is where we sit down with people in our city and also people far and wide that have inspired us in some way, doing cool things, have done great things, left impressions, and we just trying to get these people to just share some game with y'all. You know what I'm saying? And if there's something that you didn't know, hope you can sit down and soak up one of those jewels with us today, like usual. Again, I'm Lano, and I'm sitting here next to the sexiest man this side of Saturn, Jeremy Pape.
Yeah.
And we got a very special guest in the building with us today, man. I like to consider him a city icon, a legend.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Many other things. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure that can fall into the title of who Francois is, but thanks for the show. Thanks for showing up.
Man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah.
Proud of y'all, man. I love this stuff, man. I like to see my people thrive.
Yeah,
so,
man.
Yes, bro.
Right
yes.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, we like to start the show off, bro, by just giving you your flowers first,
Appreciate
dude.
it. Thank you so much.
You're so incredible. One thing that I admire about you is how you've done such an incredible job of really like blazing your own path and really like knowing how to be great in your lane, all well doing the things that are important to you, whether that's being an incredible husband or an amazing father, or you know, throwing yourself off these road bike adventures. You know,
That's a whole other story.
You know what I mean? And so I think you know, it really, since I met you so long ago, you've been one of those people that I always watch to gain wisdom on like how to move appropriately.
Appreciate it, man.
Because you see me not do that, so I appreciate you still being my friend.
Oh, no, likewise, man. You know, good people hang together. You know, that's my thoughts.
100%, bro. 100%. Well, dude, what do you? I mean, I guess let the people know first, like what you're up to now, because you got my guys on there, the hostage situation.
Yes.
So you know, you're one of the icons in this city as far as like all things music, in my opinion. You know, over at AEG, making sure good shows get booked here.
Yeah.
And but you've also just been a really big champion of local music and music that's coming out of this city, and that I think that's how I met you, was through like the rap scene.
Yeah, definitely.
Through Trev and AP and them.
Yeah, man.
So like I guess I want to off the rip, like who are you stoked on right now? Who should we be tuning into? Who are you getting behind?
I mean, I think right now, like, there's a lot of, there's always great artists in Denver.
Always. Yeah.
Always. Lay it up.
Right on, my boy.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's a million artists out there, you know, every day. I have to give props to Mile High Minute real quick. Because, you know, they do a great job of keeping people in the know of upcoming artists and artists that you may never know now, but they do a great job. But like, I like Spinks, Trace Chapman is doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
Ray Reed, you know, some of the vets, you know,
Yeah.
I always see Trev and AP are killing it. Who else out there? There's a bunch of other artists out there that I just really, really like. But, you know, it's just watching people navigate through this crazy thing called the music business.
For sure.
Day. Yeah.
Yeah. And like kind of also realizing, or at least I got to a stage in life where realizing like you can still be working in the industry and it might not be exactly what you imagined, you know, like, but you're still doing your thing. And that's like a really cool thing too, whether that's like being a writer or making, you know, music videos here or whatever, you know, like there's a million ways to be great at what you're doing.
I mean, I think in the music industry, especially in these days, you got to have your hand in multiple cookie jars. Like,
for sure.
I mean, especially if you're trying to live and survive off of it.
Right.
The old ways of thinking of, I'm just going to do this and then I'm going to make a living, and not at all.
Yeah.
And so it's really about jumping into it and saying, okay, I'm good at this. You know, I guess you got to be good at one thing, and then you just keep going down and learning
what that one thing is.
You know, with social media and streaming, I mean, there's a million things you can do.
For sure.
You know, I don't think anybody I know in the music industry now is just one thing.
For sure.
Would you say that's been something that's helped you to continue? Well, let me ask you this. How have you continued to evolve in these spaces? Because like we said, you're a vet, man. You've been in the game for a long time with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, still at the top of the food chain when it comes to it. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
So what's been one of your tricks?
I think it goes back a little bit to the time when, you know, people were doing multiple things. Because everything's kind of congruent in terms of like, everything's intertwined is probably a better word. Mm-hmm. And so whether you're doing talent buying, promoting. You got to listen to music. So you're kind of like an A&R. And then, music, you got publishing. And so basically, in a nutshell, you just got to know a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Right.
If you want to
keep going,
you know. So I like to learn. If I don't know something, then I want to figure out how it works and how can it apply to me being better at what I do.
Yeah.
It's as a concert promoter over the years, I also know a lot about the production aspects.
Right.
What mics are called, what lighting is called. It's terminology.
Yeah,
for
as well
sure.
as
Right.
how
Speaking
things
the lingo.
work. So,
right.
it's just learning something new.
Yeah.
And being acknowledging it.
For sure.
Totally. I guess that's a great segue into a eureka moment. What's something that you learned recently that you're like, oh shit, this is probably going to be a game changer?
I think, well, for me, I've been a hip hop head all my life, and that's where I've been, just how it moves. But I'm eclectic in what I listen to. You be blown away. And so in 2021, in a chance meeting, I met these producers and DJs in the EDM world, and we just clicked. This was during COVID, and I always kind of knew that I wanted to go back to managing people. Couple questions, couple Zoom calls, and everything that we talked about was intertwined, and I decided to manage them. So it was, again, learning. I've always listened to EDM, but it's a culture.
For sure.
And I had to go learn the lingo and the culture and stuff.
Right.
And the thing that really got me about it is that it brought me back to hip hop of the 90s when you really wanted to learn about the producers, the DJs.
Totally. You read the liner notes.
Yeah, it was like exciting,
Yeah.
And the energy these guys gave me was the same thing, is that they know everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And they search it out, like
Right.
from small artist to big artist, and then they get into the whole producer lingo shit, and that's a whole nother.
Right.
But that's the excitement, the excitement of figuring something out was like, oh fuck, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Sure.
Totally.
So that's where
It's just
I'm at now. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's like a super important thing that I've just been realizing as getting late in my career. Not late, but like deep in it, and being like, okay, you got to fall in love with this shit in a certain way.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's kind of, you get bored.
I'll always be a hip hop head. It's just, there's something I knew I was good at in terms of management and organizing and putting things together. It was just like, how do I apply what I've learned and apply it to these guys, but be in their world, not try to force things. So it's been a lot of shutting the fuck up and listening to them, especially they're much younger than me, and a different genre, a different culture, and respect it.
Right.
And so I've been, it's just been, I'm like a little kid in a candy store, because I'm like, oh shit, this is cool.
For sure. I just think it's something special about new. I think as humans, like we thrive off of one challenge and then something new, right? Especially if if you would get up kind of and go get it person in this life. And I we're talking about this book that I'm reading,
right?
The Artist's Way. And we are all artists in some form, right? And to be an artist is just about creating something new, creating a new process, learning something new. If stepping into this EDM world for you, you already have all these skill sets. So then to be able to take it somewhere else and then it'd be a whole new world. Right. It's like, I think that's the stuff that charges us up to want to go do more when you go outside, right?
And we're a lot more alike than we are different.
For sure.
For sure.
And some of the music principles are universal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Such
as?
I mean, just the way we enjoy music and what we like, the beats, and the excitement of the different sounds,
right?
Like,
the math behind it,
the production of their more bass and dubstep artists is very similar to some of the sampling of the 2000s and 90s hip hop. So you're like, yo, this shit is cool,
right? How you can pick something and flip it, or
So it's very much exciting to be in a different space.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
I can respect that. That's what I mean with the podcast. When we sat down and talked about this, was like, yeah, man, let's do it. I need something fresh to keep me going, to get my thoughts out, right? Like versus just sticking on the pen and trying to make a song. It's like I need new spaces. I need to be around new people, different conversations. Those things are what I think we all pull from just new, like, and exciting stuff.
I mean, I'm always gonna be a hip hop head. Don't get it wrong.
Without a doubt.
Like till the day I die, like
Yeah.
I still listen to all the new stuff. It's just for me, like hip hop right now, to be honest, it's just so much of it, and it, you know, maybe it sounds a little old, but it's lost a little bit of the spark it had because it's so accessible now.
Sure.
You know, and so there's things that I listen for. Lano, like he's completely different. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of excitement I listen to.
Right.
You know, and some of the other artists is like, okay, what is he gonna do now? Because when I spoke to him last, you know, he wasn't trapped in a box.
Right.
He was very open, and even when he had a question, you know, and one thing I think that artists today too is like, you don't have to listen to everybody and do everything to a T. It's just taking bits and pieces of things
for sure.
and applying them to your
Yeah,
and
for
to
sure.
make it, and that's what I've really done is in terms of learning to, with the hostage situation boys is like
be a student of that space, right?
Yeah, man.
I mean, because you also are a teacher too, man. And you know, another set of flowers I'd like to give you is when you came and sat down with me, man. Like I really appreciated that for you taking that time and come and answer those questions and just, you know, pick your brain and just hear the critiques. Like, because I feel like, you know, if you really want to grow, you have to get yourself around people who got iron and you can sharpen yourself up against it. And like you said, like we've said, you've been an icon and you've been in different rooms. You've been around, you know, some of the top of the top cats in different generations, right? And genres, it seems like at this point. So it was just good to be able to be in a space with somebody who has knowledge about something. And then, like you said, just pick apart the pieces that you wanted. When you left, I was pumped up. I was like, you know, I like some of that stuff he said, man. Yeah. And then I applied some of that too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And that's what it's supposed to be is exchange of ideas. And I think if you ask my guys, they probably be like, he thinks out loud, which I do. Like, it may sound stupid, and even coming out my mouth, I'd be like, damn, that was fucking stupid. But I think out loud because something that I might say may spark a new concept or direction in terms of what you may do, you know? And I'm only saying that from experience or my thoughts. And again, I tell everybody, it's like, I'm not always right. I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know everything. I don't. As long as I've been in it, I don't know everything. But what I've done is I've taken a little bit of what I've seen on the internet from the greats, my experiences, what I see now, and what the path forward is, and I'll just give it to you. And whatever you do with it, that's up to you. You know?
Right.
You know, if you go, fuck this dude.
Yeah, like, that was a waste of my time. That's on you, right?
You know what this motherfucker just said to do? But if you sit down there for a minute, be like, maybe some of what he said. Because there's a couple podcasts, you know, I think the best thing that artists do, and I don't know if they do it, because I think everybody's so headstrong from what they see on social media. But there's a few podcasts out there that really are, and artists that really are dropping major knowledge out there.
For sure.
To where, again, man, I've taken some of their shit and applied it. And it actually worked.
Right.
And that's why these guys are where they're at now.
Yes.
And it's hip hop that I took and applied to EDM. Well,
right.
And yeah, man.
The game is the game, man.
Yeah.
It don't matter.
Music's universal, man.
That's it. For sure.
Yeah. LaRussell is one of those guys that I think is like a really cool example of that. Do you think that that's the route to go as an artist these days? Is just like keep it indie and just build your own thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, I think what it is, right, to put it in a nutshell, is that listen, every artist's dream is to make money, buy a house, you know, live off of it,
right?
Jump on a PJ, get in the Maybach, and you know, whatever, go to the club and spend 50 grand. You're not gonna do that off streaming.
That's right. You're not.
You're just not.
You ain't gonna get close to that.
No. Nah. You know, I always love it when you go on Instagram and you see the numbers of what you make on YouTube and Spotify and Apple, and I'm like, God damn,
it's robbery.
Right.
I mean, the thing about it is you want to get to a place where you can tour and merch and whatever else you can do to something. If that means you got to get a job and supplement that to get to, it's crazy because as much as, you know, social media shows the highlight of things.
Right.
Yeah.
It's really not like that, man.
That's not the big picture. That's something zoomed in on one particular thing that
One
looks
night.
good. That looks great. But you zoom out, you like, ugh, what's all that stuff in the background?
I mean, you're talking about reality. I mean, that's why you see so many. I mean, you want to get to the point where you're touring.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Where you can get on the road and do multiple shows. You know? And that's really where the money is at these days.
Right.
And publishing, you know, syncs and all that stuff that, you know, you hear people talk about. So, you know, it's hard out there being an artist. And there's so many. There's so many.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like DJs and art. It is so much shit that you
can do.
I mean, just in your ears.
Yeah.
Like anytime you open up your Instagram and TikTok is out of control.
Yeah.
You know, there's just a lot of shit that for artists you're fighting
so much noise.
Constantly without even knowing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just so much you're going up against.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Do you think that the best way to start as an artist is to really go hard locally and build and prove that you can do it here or wherever here is?
Sounds like there's a lot of avenues.
I think it's just you gotta be different.
But I mean, like if you're playing shows, it's like it would be a challenging thing to.
Denver's at a disadvantage. You know, over the years, I've thought. I mean, I've literally seen generations of artists from trying to make a living in Denver. You know, and Denver is just a small place with limited resources. You can only do so many shows in Denver.
That's right.
As a hip hop artist, you know. You got to get out there and see the world, and but you got to have people pay you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. It's hard to say I'm a Denver artist and want to get booked in Atlanta. Right. I mean, people do it. Ray Reed's done it. I've seen other people do it.
Yeah.
But what about the other cities across the country? You know.
Right.
Yeah, it's complicated. Like we could sit here and just talk about that aspect for an hour because it's complicated. How the fuck you get out of Denver?
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And as much as people used to say like, the radio was the key, getting ride-ups. Yeah, I mean the radio is who listens to the radio anymore?
Right. Yeah.
You know, ride-ups. Do people care about certain publications anymore?
Right.
Probably not.
Nah, man. You know, everybody wants to get that viral moment and hope that it takes them to the stratosphere.
Yep.
Right.
You know, another one was people wanted to open up for artists. I mean, that's great.
Right.
But I mean, in that same thing, is like if you don't get on that stage and wow the crowd,
it don't stick.
They don't stick.
They just on to the next thing.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
and it's hard to get a crowd wowed when they're like still coming. You know, if you're the opener,
but that's the job though, and I don't think people see it. They don't see that that's your business card. That's your next. It's part of a whole process. But like when you get into the stage,
you got to put on.
Like you want people to Shazam it, Google you. Who the fuck was that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'll never forget that. I mean, people heard of Doechii, but when SZA came to the Fillmore and Doechii opened up, when I mean she shut that shit the fuck down, and it was just her. Hers her DJ, Miss Milan. Them two. I mean, Doechii was. I mean, you already knew right then and there that she was a superstar, and this was before she was signed to TDE.
Wild.
Oh man, I was sitting there like, holy. I remember I told some industry people. I told them before that. I was like, yo,
this girl, watch her.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll never forget. They called me. Man, we missed this one. Oh shit. Yeah. I mean, from signing her to touring and all this shit, like. But yeah, you know, I just think there's missed opportunities or there's opportunities. It just depends on how you. Is it just that you can say I open for an artist? Is that just good enough for you?
Right.
That's what you're doing. That's it. But you know.
Right.
That's only gonna get you so far, man. You know, and I think for me and my brain, that's kind of been my thing of just like I don't want to get caught up in things that I've seen my peers do, and they're great at it, but then it's like I don't see nothing else after the fact of that. And so for me, it's just like. I have to think outside the box.
Well, yeah, no, and it's also opportunities, right? Yeah. Because there's a science to performing. It's like you don't want to burn out the market.
That's right.
So now you have Denver, you have Colorado Springs, you have Boulder, you have Fort Collins. So once you play those places,
right,
you got to move around. And that's what has happened. I think for me personally, I'm like, okay, I got to go, right? Now it's like, all right, I got to go. I done did it. And now Atlanta, what's up? You know what I'm saying? Louisiana, Houston, what y'all got going on? Arizona, you know what I mean? You got to move around. And so let me ask you this. What is something that you, like advice that you've given artists that they haven't taken and you like, bro, I'm telling you, this is the thing you should be doing. Like, what's that one thing that you like? I'm constantly saying this to cats when they come to me.
I would just say you got to be your own individual person.
Yeah.
Your own sound is standing out. The way you look, the aura of a superstar, you know, or just the individual. Like, just be different than everything else you see out there. Like, don't just get out of bed and go make a video. Like, you know,
do something to
with
it.
your swag, with your individual.
Spice it up.
Right. Yeah.
Some sexy in it.
Come on, bro.
Releasing music. Now, this is going to be like one of those things to where people be like, you know, people are still trying to do rollouts and talk to their fans, coming soon. Man, you know what?
Just put that shit out.
Release a single a fucking week if you have to. Because the thing about it is you're fighting the algorithm these days.
Right.
You really are. Like, you know, and so when people finally run across your music, they'll go to be like, oh, I like this one. Let me see what else they got.
Right.
So then they can see whatever it is, or, you know, there's artists out there that will tell you that have made it to a level that's crazy. Russ.
Right. Yeah. Totally. Yep. Great example.
Russ's famous clip is what he released a song a month, song a week for a year.
Yeah. Yep. I think it was a song a week.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He just loaded the clip, put all these records, done boom, 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 and just kept going, boom, boom, boom. Yep. And finally, that shit's going to appear on your algorithm. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and they say playlist. But, I mean, that's the only thing you can do. And it's a job, man.
Yep.
It's a job.
Sure.
So, one, have a job. So, you know what I'm saying? You have money coming in. And two, act like it's a job, man.
Yeah.
Like, just keep putting out music. Albums are cool, but nobody gives a fuck. I don't think I've listened to an album other than the Clips new album.
Right.
I ain't listened to an
repeat.
album. Because most of the album is
Justin
bullshit.
Bieber's album is pretty good too.
Huh?
Justin Bieber's new album is really
album's
good.
pretty good. But they can do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like their body of work is long, their history. So you expect that.
Right.
You know, if you just have artist XYZ, you know, you're not waiting for a rollout. You don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Right.
Just
put
go.
it out.
You know what I'm saying?
Put it out, bro.
But you just want to hear that song. You just want to hear 30 seconds of pure heat. You're like,
right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
Yeah.
And then the visuals. I mean, you know, just the whole thing. But you know what? You know the thing I like though is like when you're on Instagram and these sponsored ads come down and they're telling you how to release music and do all this shit and what I'm like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, who are you? Yeah, where did you get this from? Who told you valid to get this advice?
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't know if you remember, but back in like in the early 2080s, they used to have those guys on yachts and all these girls and stuff. And it would be like, I'll tell you how to make money through fucking real estate and all that shit. Yeah. You know, and I forgot that one dude, and then he just got busted, and he's going to prison for fucking, I don't know. But I feel bad. I feel the pain and frustration of artists because there's just so much shit out there.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Do this, you got to do that. Do it like this, you know what I'm saying? And and how do I, you know, I get it.
Yeah.
Right.
I get it. It's frustrating.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like just at the end of the day, you just gotta, if whatever your it is, you just gotta do the thing, put it out, keep doing that.
Yep. I mean, you gotta look at the numbers. You gotta look at the numbers on Spotify and see what cities are best for you. I mean, you know, and I tell everybody again, look at Brett Baez. He did the smartest thing. Like, he just picked the top 10 cities that he saw on Spotify. He went and got small venues in each of those. He knew he'd get a nice little bag there.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. So he wasn't trying to be like, I need to do 30 dates. He's like, I'm going to go here. Kept building his crowd. Boom, boom, boom. Next thing you know, this dude was touring. And, I mean, he sells out everywhere. He's a beast. So there's a little bit of a system to some of this shit.
Mm-hmm. I had met a guy named Overtime out of Montana. He's a rapper out of Montana, and I did a music video for him. And he was like, has this incredible house, sick ass tour bus, and just tours once a year. Yeah. all just through himself, and all he did was just looking at the numbers, and he was like, I can sell out these 40 cities, so this year I'm going to just do. And then you already know that they're going to buy merch then because they're already super fans.
Super fans,
Right.
Exactly.
And then you have all this data that you're like, oh, I know I could responsibly leave my house and make it back with some money, and that would be a good use of your time.
For sure.
No, I mean, people in other industries want you to be successful and want you to be, but it's just, those industries can't help you all the time and lead the horse to water because there's a million of y'all, you know what I mean?
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
That's dope.
One thing that I want to touch on a little bit is like how dope you do of just like being a good member of the community and being out and about, but also being like a really cool husband and father. You know what I mean?
No, I mean,
like how do you balance that so
I've
well?
always liked people. I always like to hear what people have to say. Like, I don't know. I never really into the beef shit and into the arguments and stuff. Like, what can we do to make money, or what can we do? What do you really ask me you need to help you?
Right.
I think sometimes people just get jumbled in terms of what they want,
Sure.
Like there's a difference of wanting information or a connection versus I want to be in the spot you want to be. How do I take your spot?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Simply put, right? How do I be you, right? I can't teach you that, man.
And you don't have to ask permission or anything like that. It's there, people can.
Sure.
And, I just think that for the most part is you just stay out of shit.
Yeah.
Like there was this thing the other day, somebody said, oh, I think Trev started or Amber or Mike started about, oh yeah, first of all, just like shit and emojis. Because I don't want people to misinterpret.
For sure,
right.
yeah.
Like I like what you had to say or I like what, but I'm not, I don't want
No
nobody to
dialogue.
words.
No dialogue.
Take my words and you said this or no.
Yeah, that's good
Out
wisdom.
the way.
Yeah.
I'm very old school. Like if I don't like you or I don't agree with you, guess what? You're getting a phone call.
There we go.
Yeah.
Straight to the horse's mouth.
Yeah.
Totally.
So what are you talking about? Like let's just have it and then it's gone.
For sure.
There's no misinterpretation of texting, emails, and
all these different forms of communication has made communication weird and awkward. We talked about this of just like texting and social media when it's like, phone call. In person, sit down, bust it down, and move on.
Right.
But when you can live on the internet, it can just keep getting weirder because not everybody didn't touch it. Imagine something that everybody gets to touch.
Yeah.
And have something to say
I have
about
a friend who will go down as the worst texter in the history of texting.
Okay.
Because man, this motherfucker, man.
We start with this motherfucker. It's not a good story.
You can text him and say, "Do you see the sunset? It's beautiful tonight. It's orange." This dude will come back and be like, in caps, "Yeah, I see that shit." but what do you mean by that? Like, I mean, like take it a completely away and be like, "Bro, I'm just saying that.
I'm just saying it's a
Look at the
lovely
mountains," and then it turns into this whole fucking thing like aggressiveness. It's like,
what's up? Are we tripping right now?
Yeah.
Then you see him in person, he all good. What's up, bro? Just so happy to see you.
I mean, it's and like so when I text him, it's no, cool.
Yep, no, cool.
You understand that?
Can't misinterpret none of that.
Nah, I just think there's not. I don't have time for any
man.
issues.
Most importantly,
I
there's no time for that.
Yeah.
I really don't hate nobody. I think hate is a wasted emotion.
Yes.
It's like
Yes.
I'm moving on.
Yes.
That's smart, man.
Yes.
That's great advice.
100%. It's just like being in the nightlife kind of always just puts you in precarious situations, and then as you get older, I feel like you gain more wisdom on like, oh, I've seen this situation play out before. I already know what to do.
Absolutely. And you just know, like, if you get into this, if you're not a people person, you can get caught up in bullshit really fast.
Sure.
And I mean, people will, because it's the fucking nightlife, and everybody wants to make $1 and stuff like that. But it's just how you yourself navigate with people. It's just like you kind of know how people are and how to trigger people and push people's buttons. They know how to trigger you because I mean, nobody's perfect.
Sure, totally.
But you just figure out and in the music industry, it's the same way. I know doing music videos for all these artists over the years. I know your wife at some point was like, "Bro, you got to get
the hell about it."
Yeah, because you're gonna have a fucking heart attack.
Everybody got their gun in the camera like this.
Yeah.
I mean, just payments. And, hey, we have a shoot at 1:00. They show up at 4.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I know you know.
Yeah.
And I seen you. I felt your pain because it's a what, and I know you know.
Because you're it.
No. I'm just saying working with studio producers.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah,
man. Yeah.
And if you collab with artists and shit,
yeah,
hey man, I'm put an album out in a couple weeks. Can you do this hook?
Yeah, it's a lot of
24 hours, 72 hours. Hey, a week too late. Hey, bro, I just want to do this hook,
I've had to learn to say no, man. Like, that's been my greatest friend these last 8 months of just like, nah, that don't align with what I got going on. Yeah. And within that, I know I'm getting a lot of unspoken enemies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I've had cats like, what make you feel like you can say that or ask me that or charge that? I'm just like, I can give you the breakdown and you can still decide what you want, man. Yeah. But it's like you have to figure out that by getting in it. And once you get in it, like you say, you start to understand like, oh, this is what's going to happen. I'm just going to push their buttons. Right. But I still got to stand on what I'm standing on because this is what brings me the most peace.
Right.
And ultimately, I'm trying to get back to my house beyond any of this shit and pay the cable bill and put some milk and eggs in this bad boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
nah, it's crazy.
Some of these things you snooze, you lose, man. Like, I can't tell you how many people, in certain ways, people wanted opportunities on shows and shit the bed. And I was just like, never like.
That's it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
We still cool.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
For sure.
But in my place of work or what I do, we just can't do that.
Yeah.
No more.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Maybe it's just in your mind. You don't understand that there's a lot of other people
that's ready for this
that
we could have called, right? You know, it's crazy, man. I got a call. It was when Slick Rick was here, and I got that call to come do that like the week of. And I feel like some opportunities you just got to be ready. Yeah. Some things is like you don't have time to be like, give me a second, or let me. It's like, what? I can see how this got lines. Well, yeah, we'll be ready. We'll be there. And then that show ended up being a sold out show. I smashed it. And my following grew, more opportunities presented themselves from that. And it's just like, it taught me also just like, you got to be prepared too, man. What are you doing in the off time? Yeah. Are you working on your craft? Are you working on your show? Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You're just getting ready for a show when it's time to do a show. Right. And so that opportunity showed me of just like, just stay ready. You stay ready, and then you're going to be ready to say yes.
I think it's part of the business too, is like, people, again, think the music business is, you go to the studio, you're drinking, you're smoking,
all night.
You're doing all this shit. Like, when I get there, and stuff like that. And, like, sometimes you can do that,
Maybe.
It's a job.
But, like I said, again, it's a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, and who did I see that said that the other day? I think T-Pain was saying that on his podcast, and a bunch of artists was like, this is your job. Like, what the fuck you doing?
Right. Yeah.
Right. Show up on time.
Come on. Right. Yeah. At least halfway sober.
So ready. Too, man, more flowers to give you, right? You've done so much, man. Just like with the 3 project stuff when y'all brought Rico out here just this last time, right? And I never forget, like, I wasn't originally picked to be in that, right? But I kind of wiggled my way in there, you know what I'm saying? I did my little do. And then what's your partner's name? Is it Dwayne? Not Dwayne. The other guy.
Kevin?
Not Kevin.
Alvin.
Not Alvin. The guy who came and was a part of it too.
Oh, Greg.
Right? Yeah. So, Greg kind of gave me a hard time. He was like, hey, man, just stand right here and I'll let you know. I'm like, all right, man, right on. But then Rico sat down and the cameras got rolling from shooting his content, right? And he said something that was very important. He was just like, man, he said, a lot of y'all just ain't taking this serious. Like, people ain't here yet. Cats is strolling in late. He was like, when Beyonce called me to come pop up to do stuff, he gave a story. Yeah. He was like, man, I drop what I'm doing. He was like, one time she called and he gave a story about his mom's birthday. He was like, yeah, Beats, my mom's birthday. And she was like, and? And he was like, you know what? Yep, I'm gonna be there. And he was like, you don't meet Beyonce at the studio. You be there before she even show up, man. And that stuck to me because for me in that moment, I was like, man, I'm here. And I see a lot of cats who was supposed to be here.
That was a powerful moment, man.
Man, that was huge. And then he's picking out names, and then he hit Greg. He was like, Greg, what's up with Lano? And Greg looked at me, he was like, man, this nigga good. I was like, hell yeah. But it's just about preparation, putting yourself in position and doing just those little things of just like, hey, man, I'm taking this serious because this is a huge opportunity. I know the homies is putting on for us right now. And it's like, why wouldn't I come out and represent on their behalf for making a move like this? And it's just like, it'd be that type of stuff, man.
But
so,
see, but I'm going to give you flowers back.
Right on,
That's great.
I'm going to hand it back.
Right.
I'll pass the rock back. But because that moment, that little, like some people would say, that little moment is the one that just zinged you.
Yeah.
Right.
And that sets your precedent going forward that may change your life at some point because you understand the power of being in the moment, being in the right place, right time, and being an artist. That shit don't wait, man.
It don't wait, man.
Yeah. And so what he's just talking about, so people listening, is the Rico Love came out here to do a music seminar, and I got to shout out Police and Thieves real quick. Sorry, they funded the whole thing, the dispensary. They funded the whole thing, so they so he could fly out here. We got Side 3 studios, and we had some of the best artists that were picked by Rico, so nobody can yell at me. Picked by Rico and Greg, not me. And they came here for that day, and they just were in there. He taught them about songwriting and how emotions and how to put them together, hooks and stuff like that. But he was dropping dimes,
man.
And when he said that one, I am so like it makes me like I'm getting chills because that's what it was about, was taking away not only just the music, but information was shared. And that stuck to you, and you're going to tell somebody else.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
Telling all you motherfuckers
right now.
telling
y'all better be listening, motherfuckers, right now.
Because truth is, and just let you know, there was a couple other artists that were supposed to be there at that, and they told Greg they couldn't because they had a session or some shit like that, and Greg just moved on.
Yeah, I believe it.
Did they miss an opportunity?
Oh, they missed it. They missed a hell of an opportunity, and I was there to catch all of it. Greg looked at me like, all right, motherfucker. I was like, hell yeah.
but that, and I hope somebody out there watching this understands what we're talking about here is about the hustle.
The hustle, man. Putting yourself in position when there's a play to be made, right? Like, and it was crazy because I remember standing outside and Greg was like, man, what's up, man? I was just like, I'm just trying to get in today. He was like, man, look, you cool. We kicked it yesterday. He was like, but Rico didn't pick you. You wasn't one of them. I'm like, that's cool, man. I said, well, look. I said, bro, I'll come. I'll be the runner. I'll go get the waters, the Gatorade, roll the weed up. And he looked at me like, man, come on, just stay by me, though. I was like, all right, for sure.
That's a very powerful thing that you said that people don't understand. And going back to the whole thing is that's what's missing a little bit in the whole music is just that, how do I get this?
How do I get it?
Because, everybody now is like, I'm going to do this, put it on social media, boom, 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 press send, and I'm done. I'm going to be a millionaire. I'm going to be a superstar.
Yeah.
Right.
That right there.
You got to get outside of that ego, man. You got to get outside and go.
That made me feel good, bro.
Man, right on, man. I appreciate y'all making that a thing to just
it's not that, but it's the learning moment of just you understood.
Yeah, for sure, man. Right
dope, on. Man, that's dope.
That is dope.
I think that's a perfect segue to the welcome to a moment. I'll let you pose it though.
What was your welcome to a moment, Francois? What was like the moment that you're like, okay, cool. I feel like I'm on my path. The first step.
Well, here's a funny story for you, and I've had a lot over the years of like I've made it, or
I've arrived,
or I'm like, holy fuck, what am I doing here?
yeah.
Like the moment that catapulted me in it. Here's a crazy story. So this is back in the 90s. I'm aging myself. But back in the 90s, I was doing security at Metro for a Queen Latifah concert at the gym. And I always want to tell her this. When I bump into her or something, or if I'm on an award show, I always want to thank her because it's a crazy story, but I don't know what it was. But I'm doing security. I'm in college. I came down here because it was whatever they're paying. So I'm on the rail doing security at Metro. She's performing. I didn't do anything special. I really did. I think I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
But at the end of the night, she came down and she was thanking everybody. She looked at me, she said, "You did a great job." That's all she said. Great job. Gave me a hug, gave me a kiss. Great. I was like, man,
Yeah.
that motherfucker. God damn it. I'm the best.
Protector the
I was the
queen.
best security guard tonight, goddamn.
Affirmations.
And so that got me like, I love concerts.
Yeah.
I want to keep and then it kind of was like, well, how do I not be a security guard and how do I put it together? And then that kind of, and that's the way I've always been, is like, how do I get there?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to, I enjoy being here, but how do I get to the next place? How do I get to where I don't have to, they just know my name?
That's right.
Right.
So over the years, that's always been, it's not even an egotistical thing. It's just been a challenge of like, what do I need to do in order to progress my career to the next thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I mean, over the years, I mean,
you've had a lot of moments, I'm sure.
I've been in crazy rooms over the years, like in moments. Yeah. Like just, what the fuck am I doing here?
Yeah.
But I think it's a culmination of everything, you know. It's, you get one spot after Queen Latifah, you know, helping promote shows at the Fox Theater, and then, you know, being around these artists that, you know, were like, oh fuck, you know, like,
Yeah, I grew up listening to this.
what am I doing in their dressing room?
Yeah.
Why are we drinking together? Like,
Right.
you know, why'd they come to my after party? You know,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
like weird shit. And so, yeah, it's just weird stuff. But I always take those moments and be like, what else can I do?
Yeah.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and you know, over the years, I've been friends with a lot of these artists, major artists over the years that, you know, again, you can call somebody and be like, bro, what's up? Or when they come to town, Fred, what up?
Yeah,
man.
You're like, oh shit, okay, this is crazy still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That is
I don't
wild.
know. I think that was, I know that's definitely the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been
So many in between, huh?
Yeah, man.
Wow.
I think every time, like, you know.
Shout out Queen Latifah.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Queen
in
Latifah.
the good job.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
all I needed.
Yeah, that's it.
right.
Who would have thought?
You know,
Right?
you 18, you know, and she's at the top of her shit.
Yeah.
Totally.
I came from a small town, and that superstar I seen on Yo MTV Rap,
Yo, right.
just told me I did a good job.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, I'm
You
the
birthed
shit.
something, Queen.
Right.
You
Yeah.
birthed something right
Can't
here.
tell me shit, man.
Can't tell me nothing. I love that. Yeah.
And that's like I was actually just talking to Lizzie about that, like the value of just like speaking words of life into
Yeah.
people, you know what I mean? And just be like, it's something easy to do, especially now, like you're the guy that if you
right.
said like something nice to a promoter coming up, they'd be like, holy fuck,
Oh, they take
Francois
that
knows
and
who
run
I
with it.
am, you know what I mean?
What? Yeah.
Like, you know, I think that just those little things that you can do to encourage
I mean, I think it's
next
important. Though. I
generation.
think it's important. Again, you know, what people do with information is not. But I mean, whether it's, and you know, there's flip side of that. Whether it's good or it's bad,
Right.
tell somebody.
Tell them. Yeah, you
Tell
never
them
know
how to
what's
do
gonna
it better. You
That's
know,
right.
like
Totally.
"Oh, what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think to affirm people like the Queen did with you, and probably somebody has done with you, and how I've been affirmed. I think what it does, it speaks to what you already know about yourself. Like you've
sure.
probably always been somebody who seeked how to get from one space to the next. Even probably whatever landed you to do the security job prior to, you know what I mean, or showing up for that. And I just think to be a person who affirms people is a real power, to be able to take your knowledge, your experience, and then be able to look back and see somebody like, hey man, yeah, you're doing a good job. You just never know. Or like you said, hey, I would do this if I was you, or maybe try this.
Yeah.
They're still like, I'm being seen, and that means I'm doing something, and it's like, I should keep going, right?
Yes.
And I hate saying this because it's kind of cliche, but we all human, and you know, I think a lot of the artists too, that depending on how you approach them and stuff like that, they respect you depending on what you're asking them. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know, like for example, like just let me shout out DJ Jones because he's doing this block party this weekend with Maceo of De La Soul, and I've known Maceo and De La Soul since they start coming to Denver. Like we cool, you know.
Yeah.
And one of the things Maceo told me was, I can't remember what we was doing, but what he told me was like, Fran, he told me to shut the fuck up. You know music, not just hip hop. You know music.
Yeah.
Right.
And that stuck with me too because it was like, I do know music.
Right. Yeah.
You know, you and you know music has a big connotation of like how the business works, what is hot, what's not. You know, it's just everything.
Right.
And so like whenever I kind of jumped into the EDM space, he's on my shoulder being like, bro, you know music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
This is your lane.
Yeah, like don't be afraid of it. Just embrace it and learn.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, and be part of the culture versus, no, we got to do it like this. And, you know, just get in there and be fluid, you know, and it's just be like, you know, music.
Yeah.
So it's just applying things you learn. And yeah, man, those are the moments, man. I know people would tell you like, and you guys each have your moments because you're sitting here, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
No, 100%.
That's awesome.
How do you do all this and then still keep peace at your house?
Please share.
Yeah. I think like when you have a partner or you know, somebody that loves you and you love them, you first got to know what you're getting into.
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
totally.
Like if you like, oh, you know, I want somebody to stay at home and, you know, rake the leaves and stuff like that. Or I know if he out there hustling, he gets some money, but you know, he may be out at 9 o'clock and not come home to 4 o'clock in the morning or, you know, just like that. But it's a mutual respect because, you know, she's a hustler too. She got the Tomboy brand.
Yeah,
you know?
Man, shout out Tomboy.
So she has this whole clothing line empire she's doing. And then over the last year, she was like, well, if I'm going to do athleisure wear, I got to get in the fucking shape. So this motherfucker getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning,
crazy,
eating 1 calorie a day, you know, a piece of lettuce, and then she goes does a figure, a bodybuilding show, you know, a wellness show, and so she's now ripped.
Yeah,
and as you can see, I'm a little dumpy here, so I'm starting to, you know, eat way better,
right?
And, you know,
all that good stuff,
because. But you know, I think if you have somebody in your life that you care a lot about and that you see a future or something like that, it's got to be a mutual thing. And you know, it's like you got to know what you're getting yourself into.
For sure. Yes. Yeah.
Respect.
But then at the end of the day, you'll have the same goal, and that makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah. You know, it's just I understand.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about that with one of our other guests of just a similar question. And we talked about sometimes things won't be balanced. Sometimes you're gonna be boom, you going boom, Red Rocks. You got all the shows. You got to all in 1 week, right? And then that may slow down the next week. And now she's got to go to New York for fashion weekend. Yeah. All these different things. It's just like it's always gonna be a pull at some point. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, and now I'll tell you the other thing: stay the fuck off social media.
Y'all hear that, huh? Stay off social media. Stay the fuck off social media with your stuff.
Man, to each his own, but like
keep the house at the house.
Hey, man.
What is that? What you mean? What? Yeah, I was gonna say. What do you mean? Like, don't be posting your business on the internet.
I mean, to each his own. But
I mean, it feels like that's.
I just like there's some things that you don't need to know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no way.
Your business.
Yeah.
Like,
none of y'all's business.
Y'all see me out in the streets all the time. Like, y'all need to see this and all that.
No,
like,
let's talk about these shows.
Yeah.
Not about what's in my living room. No.
Especially when I see it all day, every day.
We ain't doing that.
I don't need to.
Come out here.
That I'm doing this and, you know, whatever. It's like, yo, stay the fuck out of my business.
Yes.
I feel that.
100%.
Great game.
100%. Yo, yes. We got to wrap up, but I was going to I always feel bad about stepping on toes. So I was like,
I mean, I'm used to it now. You be like, shut the fuck up, Lance. Shut up. It's my turn to talk. Nah. I mean, that's really all I got, man. I feel like, man, this has been an episode for me of just giving you flowers. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to think I'm out there dick pulling, dick riding, but I'm really a fan of who you are as a man, bro, and who you are in the community of what you provide.
Your legacy. Yeah,
your legacy.
It's
what
really
you've done,
beautiful.
man.
It means a lot, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I only got into this because I wanted to see. I mean, obviously, you want to make money.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, you have a dream of doing a lot of different things as well as maybe you can, you know, provide for the overall thing is, you know, Denver's in good hands with everybody that's doing everything right now.
I feel like.
But you know, I think when we first started, it was just, you know, very much
not the case.
People didn't know how to talk. The powers that be didn't know how to talk to the hip hop community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And or who's popping and who's doing shows out there. How do we contact these people? So, you know, I always hope people understand that like, you know, I'm a fan of theirs.
Yes.
Fan of the culture. I'm a fan of the city of Denver. Obviously, it's home.
Yeah.
But you know, we there's bumps and bruises and there's hills. And fucking, you know, the brick walls got to go around, up, under, or whatever.
Boom,
So
whatever.
yeah, I always tell people, and I appreciate everybody that supported 3D, Alvin and Kevin and myself over the years, and any concerts we're affiliated with or projects, you know, 3 projects. That was fun, right?
I fucking loved it. Yeah. And you gotta do another one.
I don't know.
Yeah, like I can't just put an emoji on that. I gotta go interact with these fools. Picking people. Why you didn't pick me? What you mean? I'm the hottest. Can't you see?
I ain't gonna lie. I had a good time doing it.
Yeah.
And, you know, Bugs
you could executive produce it. You could just put your
out the way.
My man Bugs hits me every now and then. You know,
trying to get you to do it again.
And
What?
Talk to my coach. What do you think? So nah, you know, it may happen one day, but I don't know. It was a moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It was a moment. So no, I appreciate y'all having me here. And
man, thanks for coming, man.
Yes.
Any last remarks you want to give the people? Tell the people about you, who you are, where to find you, what you got going on.
I represent 3D Productions. You know, we do a bunch of concerts and nightclubs when it's there. Managing this awesome group called Hostage Situation. You know, people just keep pushing the culture of music in Denver. Denver's a cool place.
It's so cool.
I want people to understand, like, there's actually a lot of eyes on Denver.
For sure.
You know, is just be your own person, be creative, and just keep going.
That part.
Yes.
Figure it out.
Yep.
Figure it out.
Figure it out, y'all.
Yeah. Get busy.
Figure it out.
Get busy, motherfuckers.
Network, talk to people,
Yeah.
shake hands.
Don't be weird.
Say please and thank you.
Yeah, manners.
Yes.
And people, you know, and just real quick, people always think that's a weird thing to do. Maybe it's this generation, but I always say thank you.
I feel like you have to.
And when people tell me thank you, it always makes me be like, I fuck with you.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. No, I always say welcome.
Yeah, right.
I fuck with you.
Yeah,
We understood that we, you know, something
Right.
transpired here.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's appreciated.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
It's
it. That's all.
reciprocal,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Practice y'all manners, man. Practice y'all manners.
Keep going. And you all keep going, man. This is
Yeah,
great,
for sure,
man.
man.
This is great, man.
Trying.
Congratulations, y'all, man. I'm proud
Thank
of
you,
y'all.
bro. Thank you, bro.
Well, this is the Welcome to a Podcast. I'm cutting you off now. You
Nope,
want to say
you
something?
run it,
All right,
you run
man.
it.
Well, shut the fuck up and let me do this. This is the Welcome to a Podcast, man. It's been great, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.
Love y'all. Dope. Fuck yeah. Thank you, bro. That was
What up,
fantastic.
though?